Gabriel Jesus, reportedly there's been a 47 million euro offer made by Tottenham for the Man City forward. Is this someone that Spurs are still looking at, or does this feel a little bit kind of Agent E trying to force Arsenal along? What's the kind of latest around Gabriel Jesus and his move away from City, as far as you're aware?
The feeling for me is that he's more likely to go to Arsenal, and that's probably a push for Arsenal to start getting their pieces in order, really, to get this going. We know that Tottenham have got interest, and they like the fact that he's versatile. They like the fact that he could fill in for Kane if necessary, but also it's those positions around Kane that they're really thinking about. But on the back of the weekend, one of the things that we have to look out for with Tottenham is Gareth Bale. Like, Gareth Bale is suddenly a really interesting talking point, and his future is something that is going to be sorted out reasonably quickly, and he has to get it right. So suddenly Gareth Bale's going to the World Cup in December. He's out of contract. Where does he go? He's linked with Cardiff. He's linked with Southampton. He's linked with Tottenham. He's linked with Newcastle. Tottenham's the one for me that makes absolute sense at this point in time. Not only is he free, but if you're talking about a player that is versatile, adaptable, can play when Kane's not fit, can play around Harry Kane, can have big impacts in big moments, it's Gareth Bale. He's got the feel-good factor too. Like, when he went back to Tottenham last time around, the supporters weren't there. I think they might have got one game out of him right at the end of the season. A few thousand people managed to get in the stadium on the back of lockdown and see Gareth Bale in a Tottenham shirt again. Daniel Levy always dreamed of getting Gareth Bale back into a Tottenham shirt and having a last hurrah with Tottenham fans and, rebuilding that connection. Like Ronaldo with Man United, if you like.
Yeah.
So not only is he free, not only does he have that feel-good factor, not only does he have the motivation of getting himself in good form for Wales at the World Cup, but he have impact in games when you need impact. Tottenham dropped points in the season at silly times against silly teams. Their inconsistencies came at bad times. And Gareth Bale is the sort of player to have up your sleeve that is absolutely going to fit the bill. And at a time when you're looking at all these other alternatives to play as a support striker, play as a rotate with Kane, whatever it is there anybody better than Gareth Bale? There's probably not. He's better, like, as a footballer, he's better than Gabriel Jesus. I'm not saying like he's a better signing over the next 3 years than Gabriel Jesus, but as a one-on-one footballer, I'm taking Gareth Bale ahead of Gabby Jesus if that's what I'm posed with. When he went to Tottenham last time around, there wasn't any ego about him. Like, obviously, there were times when he wasn't in that team and stuff. He was really low maintenance. Like, he didn't cause any problems to anybody. And at the end of that season, Gareth Bale actually did pretty well. Once he was fit, once he was refining his form, look back, and Gareth Bale actually did okay. So I have been told to look out for this one. This is a hunch that I've had for a while anyway, because I knew that Tottenham would be in this conversation. But after yesterday, with Wales qualifying for the World Cup, one of my Tottenham sources texted me, and he was like, let's watch this then. Let's see what we do here then, because it is very plausible that we go back into the conversation and Bale comes to Spurs for a third time now. So let's wait and see. I mean, this is news before it's news, really. We're kind of anticipating this one more than anything, but it's a really interesting talking point, and it does have a knock-on effect for some other deals that are being spoken about right now.
Yeah, it'll be intriguing to see where he goes, as you say. That it's got a bittersweet yesterday. I was very happy to see Wales go to a World Cup, first time in 60 odd years. Got my late uncle was Welsh, and I was lucky for him. Of course, the Ukraine missing out was quite sad because of their story and everything going on with them right now. But for Bale now, it's prolonged that. Maybe one more season, maybe a 6-month deal at a club. Just 6 months at a club or a year at a club, just to get through that World Cup period will be interesting to see.
It's funny. I can see in the comments people laughing at me saying Bale is better than Jesus. He is. I 100% stand by that. I believe that Gareth Bale at his best is better than Gabby Jesus at his best. We obviously don't see that much of Gareth Bale at his best because he's injured a lot or he's left out at Real Madrid, so we don't see it enough. But remember that, with Gareth Bale, the drive that you get from him comes from emotional stuff. Like, for Wales, he plays on emotion and you get the best performances out of him. And that's why I feel like getting him into Tottenham and building that emotion again, having that one season send-off again with a club that he loved, recreating some of those Champions League memories too. Don't forget, the goal that he scored where he ran from the halfway line in the San Siro. He's had some unbelievable moments that he'd love to get back again. This could be like the perfect emotional send-off for Gareth Bale if he gets it right. If he gets to have a good World Cup with Wales and he gets to have a good last season of club football. Like, this is a guy that's seriously considered retiring on the back of his Real Madrid contract running out. And if Wales hadn't qualified for the World Cup, who knows? He actually might have gone through with that. It's going to be more difficult to do that than now. But I just think it's really intriguing, and the idea of Gareth Bale coming back to Tottenham, I personally want to see it, so I'm here for it.
Listen, again, if it goes wrong, there's no issue my end. I'm a Man United fan. It doesn't matter. But I quite like the sound of it.
Would you take it at Man United? Would you take a season of Bale at Man United?
No,
I'm not saying it's going to happen.
We've got Ronaldo, who's old. Like, I don't need two of them. Like, one's and we've got our Ronaldo. They can have their Bale. Who do we need? We need Thierry Henry to come out of retirement and come back to Arsenal. That's what we need a bit of. He's half for City. Who have City got of that ilk and that age group? Paul Dickoff. Do you know Paul Dickoff? Did he play for City or
he
someone
did play
like
for
that?
City? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Paul Dickoff back for City. That would be fun. Viewers, make sure like buttons are being hit.